Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Nanny Joanne, and today I have my labor and delivery story for you guys. It did not go whatsoever as planned, but at the end of the day, it's okay because I had a healthy baby girl who weighed 6 pounds 14 ounces and was born at 1:44 in the morning here in my living room. So if you want to know how that happened, stay tuned and make sure you watch to the end. All right, so I started laboring at 4:30 in the morning. I had some mild lower abdominal cramping that kept me up for about an hour. And they were super mild, but I was like, oh boy, here we go. They went away and I was able to fall asleep till about 8 o'clock. So 8:30 comes around, 9:30, and they come back. They were every 10 minutes and they lasted about 1 minute every time. So my mom was off that day, and so we ran errands till about 2 o'clock and we had lunch out, and the whole time, every 10 minutes, lower abdominal pains without fail. I had been speaking to my midwife since the morning, and I had told her, hey, I'm feeling some lower abdominal pains, and she was responsive like right away. She's like, okay, well, let's check back in a couple hours and see how you're feeling, see if the pains come up or not. She told me, okay, they seem pretty mild right now. See if you can get some rest, and, we'll keep in touch as the day progresses. Okay. So at 2 o'clock, after my mother and I finished dinner, she says, what do you want to do now? Originally, I had told her, let's go to the mall and walk around. But at that point, I was super tired. I'm like, you know what? Let's just go home. I just want to go home and relax. So we came back home, got here around 3 o'clock or so, a little bit earlier. I started having, more pangs, a little bit stronger, not by much. Around 9 o'clock p.m. is when I usually go to sleep. So I was like, you know what, let me get some rest because these are getting a little bit more intense. So it's 9 o'clock. I'm trying to get some shut-eye. By the time 10 o'clock rolls around, the contractions are even stronger. Now, mind you, at this point, I'm like, okay, I think these are contractions. But again, they were in my lower abdomen and I was confused because I thought my whole uterus was supposed to be contracting. So, all right, 10 o'clock comes around. I'm breathing. I'm calling my midwife. I'm like, hey, they got a little bit stronger. She's on the phone with me. I'm talking to her, all good. I timed them, and now they were about 7-8 minutes apart, but still the pain was tolerable. At 11 o'clock, I call her, be like, hey, the pains have gotten a little bit stronger. Again, she calls me, we timed them. They were about 6-7 minutes apart, but again, I would say on a 1 to 10, the pain was probably like a 4 or 5. So I was breathing through them, no worries. She would ask me a couple questions. How do I feel? Have I gone to the bathroom? Maybe a warm shower will make me feel a little bit better. I was like, honestly, I just want to lay down and try to get some sleep. I don't want to do no showers. I don't want to stand up. She's like, okay, no worries. Just relax and, call me if anything else changes. All right. At around 11:30, I text her. I'm like, the pains are really, coming. And at this point, I'm breathing a little bit heavier. I'm like, I'm breathing like that. The pains are still manageable. I would say they were probably about a 7 at this point. And they were still about 6-7 minutes apart. And still very much only in my lower abdomen. So I call her. About 20 minutes later, it's 11:45 now, and I have cold sweats and I am still breathing. Every time a contraction comes, my breathing is getting more intense. My mom is like, are you okay? You seem like you're in a lot of pain. No ish, mom, no ish. So she's like, you need to get up, you need to walk around. I don't know how you're going through these pains and you're laid up in bed. When I was having contractions, I had to move around. The only time I literally got out of bed was to go to the bathroom because I had to pee. So at 11:45, my mom's like, you need to get up, you need to come out of bed. So I'm like, okay, fine. So I get out of bed and I am walking very slowly and deliberately, and my only goal is I need to go to the bathroom. So I go to the bathroom, I pee, I get out of the bathroom and I couldn't even make it to my bed. I went and plopped right on my living room sofa. It must have been the gravity that just killed me. So I plopped down, contractions were still, you know, she's like, you call your midwife, you need to call her right now. So I call her, I'm like, hey, they're getting worse. She's like, okay, do you want me to come now? I'm like, yeah, I'd feel more comfortable if you were here now. So she's like, okay, I'm on my way. I'm 25 minutes away. Being that my contractions were like 6-7 minutes apart, I was like, okay, that's only 3 more contractions to go before she gets here. So at this point, I'm like trembling, I got cold sweats, I'm hot, I'm cold, I'm trembling, I'm breathing very, very hard. My husband's upstairs sleeping because he was not supposed to be a part of me delivering the baby. I didn't want him in the room with me. So my mom is the one helping me out, you know, rubbing my back, just being a warm body there for me when I'm going through this. So it's getting worse, the pains. And at this point, I'm not breathing anymore. I'm being vocal. I'm like, ooh, ah, ooh. I'm making noises like that. And my mom's like super concerned because I guess she can sense that the end was near. So she starts like, oh my God, where's this midwife? She needs to hurry up. You're in too much pain. Like, and then I see my phone and I'm like, I feel like I need to like poop. And that's the telltale sign that baby's coming. So she's here at about 11:45 and she's like, do you want me to check you? So I was like, yes. So I roll over on my back. She checks me and I am 9 centimeters dilated, people. 9 centimeters dilated. I was supposed to be at the birthing center by now. She's like, oh my God, girl, you basically did this. The next contraction came as soon as she finished checking me, and I immediately slid off the couch because I just knew something was happening. And as soon as I slid off the couch, my water broke. I did not want to get that on my couch because my couch is like the best thing ever. So as soon as I slid off the couch, my water broke. And at this point, I am on all fours facing my couch. I'm like this. Let me show you. At this point, I am like this on my couch. I am like this. Oh, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah. And I feel the urge to start pushing. So naturally, I start pushing. And it is like they say, it is like the sensation that you have to go poop. So I had been watching a bunch of videos and I was breathing through like that. I wasn't really pushing too much, but there were times where I naturally wanted to push and felt like pushing, and so I pushed. Fast forward towards the end, it was pushing, and then she saw her crowning a little bit. My mom was there like, oh my God, the baby's coming. And once she entered like the ring of fire, like that statement is real. I felt like my vagina was gonna split, slice, be cut, be ripped. I felt like it was just gonna be whoosh. It was, I don't know if burning is the right word, but it stung, it burned. It felt like somebody was like tearing my vagina. And then 44 minutes later, after I was pushing on the floor next to my couch on our beautiful rug, but of course with like pee-pee pads and things like that, the baby was born. So the baby was born, and it is still such a surreal moment in my life that I can't believe that I had a baby in my belly. And now the baby is out of my belly. And then when you look at her, it's like, you was the one causing on me all this rib cage pain. Girl, I would do it all over again for you. So her name is baby Victoria. She was born on August 10th, 2022, 6 pounds, 14 ounces, and 20.5 inches long. 10 fingers, 10 toes, head full of hair. It was such a beautiful moment. it's crazy because I was supposed to have her at the birthing center, but we tried to get me up 2 times. And every time I got up, I was like, okay, yes, I think I can make it. I got up. As soon as I hit this point, I was like, nope, 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 I can't make it. Gravity, listen, it could be your best friend or not. In that moment, I felt like gravity was working against me because it really like was dropping the baby. And I was like, oh no. But it was a good thing. But we tried twice. I could not make it to the birthing center. That was my plan. If I would have got up, either I would have had to have been carried out of here, or I just would have been in excruciating pain. And odds are, with the commotion and the me getting in and out of the car and up the stairs, I would have had probably a roadside baby. The birthing center is only 7 minutes away from me, guys. Only 7-8 minutes away. But 7 minutes away, plus me walking to the car, probably like 3 minutes, 7, so that's 10 minutes. Then me getting out of the car, another like 2-3 minutes. Then me walking into the birthing center, my midwife having to put the alarm, open the door, get the codes, go to the rooms. It would have probably been a good like 20 minutes to set me up and to get me to the birthing center. We didn't have that kind of time. We did not have that kind of time. So after the baby was born, my husband was like, babe, why did you wait so long to call your midwife? This was my first pregnancy. I didn't know what to expect. I honestly, a couple things. First of all, I thought the contractions were going to be all over my uterus, all over here, not just in my lower abdomen. So I'm like, well, the pain still has to come up. It hasn't taken over my whole uterus, because I've been told that if you feel the pains all over your uterus, contracting. So I'm like, I'm not there yet. 2, as I was talking to my midwife, mid-contraction, I was still vocal. She has told me and multiple people that when you have a contraction, you don't want to talk. You don't even want to breathe. So the fact that I was doing that was kind of like, not typical. So she's like, all right, well, being that you're still talking, we still got some time. But apparently not. So she tells me that probably at 9 o'clock when I went to go to bed, that's probably when I was 7 centimeters dilated, and that would have been the ideal time for me to go to the birthing center and to go labor over there. But it didn't happen. And honestly, I thought the pains were going to be a little bit less manageable. I was doing a damn good job at breathing these contractions away, or thinking I was breathing them away. A damn good job. Like, I don't even care. I'm giving myself a pat on the back because I was breathing through them like nobody's business. Thanks, YouTube, and all those videos. And thanks, Instincts, for doing all that. So I was waiting for more pain, if that makes sense. Again, first time laboring, didn't know what to expect. I thought that, I thought that the pain was going to be similar to like me delivering her vaginally. Like, I thought that my uterus was going to feel like it was ripped apart, but it wasn't. It was like really, 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 really strong period pains, like level 10,000. But for some reason, I thought it was supposed to be different. I don't know. Anyways, that was my labor and delivery story that I wanted to share with you guys. Listen, when you're having a baby, they say, don't plan anything. Well, I definitely didn't plan to have her here at home in my living room. I did not plan for a home birth. I planned for a birthing center birth, but God had other plans for me, and so did baby Victoria. Guys, what was your craziest laboring experience? It doesn't have to be delivery related, but what happened? Like, do you think my story is crazy? Is it not? Would you have like forced yourself to leave? Please let me know. Comment down below. And if you liked this story, please share it. I think it's a pretty good story. And it's just a beautiful experience. So if you want to labor at home, if you want to have a birth, a natural birth, You can do it. Our bodies are made to deliver babies. There's nothing that we will go through that our body is not prepared for. The only difference is you have to be prepared mentally, physically, and spiritually. Because if not, then that epidural, that whatever, that sounds pretty good. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching this video. I am today, Wednesday. I am today 10 days postpartum. Gotta get rid of this little belly. All right, guys, I hope that you guys enjoyed my labor and delivery story. I will catch you guys all next time with more. Yours truly, Mommy Joanne.